evolution of the Cat in the Hat. In the 1971 first TV special, The Cat in the Hat, which was based on the 1957 Dr. Seuss's story of the same name, where the Cat in the Hat visits two children left home alone and succeeds in creating a huge mess in their house. The cat appears voiced by Alan Sherman. His height is 6 feet, which is the size of an average man, and despite the fact that he is lean for the most part, he has a stomach that sticks out like most Seuss's characters. Also, he wears white gloves, a red tie, and, of course, his signature red and white top hat. The plot of the special differs significantly from that of the original book. Among the many deviations, the sequence in the book where the cat balances all sorts of objects on a ball, then crashes, is left out and replaced with having him place the fish on a stack of bubbles he puts together one by one directly from the bubbles the fish blows. Also differing is the role of Thing 1 and Thing 2. In the original book, they were simply things the cat brought along to demonstrate fun, but in this special, they are commissioned to help find the cat's moss-covered, three-handled family Gradunza. In the 1973 musical TV special Dr. Seuss on the Loose, the Cat in the Hat, also voiced by Alan Sherman, appears as a host who introduces animated adaptations of the Dr. Seuss stories. The Sneetches, the Zacks, and Green Eggs and Ham. In the 1982 animated TV special The Grinch Grinches the Cat in the Hat, the cat appears voiced by Mason Adams, where he meets the title character of the movie, How the Grinch Stole Christmas. Their paths cross when the cat goes on a picnic and the Grinch bumps his car into his, and also when things quickly escalate into a fierce car chase after the cat unintentionally insults the Grinch by calling him Mr. Greenface. First, the Grinch uses a contraption that scrambles all sounds within a 50-mile radius, including the cat's voice. After this, the cat has a psychiatric session with him in a thought bubble to find out what makes him so mean-spirited. But he gets nowhere with the imaginary Grinch, and so the cat then decides to go over and have a talk with him. But then the Grinch uses a dark house that spreads beams of darkness, in consequence of which it's so dark that the cat can't see where he's going, and he crashes his car. Eventually, the cat managed to reach the Grinch's soft spot because of one song that reminded him of all of the love he received from his mother. In the 1984 Soviet cartoon called The Cat in the Cap, the cat is voiced by Sergei Belov. The short omits Thing 1 and Thing 2, along with changing the cat's hat into a cap, initially an umbrella when it comes in from the rainy street, and making a number of additional transformations throughout the story. Also, Sally's name is not mentioned, nor is that of her brother Conrad. In the 1995 special Daisy-Head Mayzie, the Cat in the Hat is voiced by Henry Gibson. The Cat in the Hat narrates a story about a girl named Maisie McGrew, who mysteriously has a daisy growing from her head. It causes alarm in her classroom, family, and town, until an agent makes her a celebrity. Maisie becomes overwhelmed and distraught over the situation and runs away. The Cat in the Hat helps Maisie understand her problem, and with the help of his orange umbrella, he brings her home to her friends and family. In the show The Wubbulous World of Dr. Seuss, The Cat in the Hat is performed by Bruce Lanoil in Season 1, where he acted primarily as host and narrator, and Marty Robinson in Season 2, where he participated more actively in plots, usually in the frame stories with his friend Terrence McBird. Here the cat lives in a large playhouse, from which he observes the goings-on in the Wubbulous world through his Wubbuloscope. Though still speaking in rhyme, he is a sometimes more sedate character than his print counterpart, particularly in the second season. In the series Family Guy, the Cat in the Hat, voiced by Seth MacFarlane, first appears in the episode Dammit Janet, where, after wrecking the house, he offers to clean it up but is turned down by young Peter Griffin, who thinks it would be funny to leave it. In the musical comedy Seussical, David Shiner was the first to play the Cat in the Hat, where he tells the boy a story about Jojo, a misunderstood young boy, someone as imaginative as him. In the 2003 American fantasy comedy movie Dr. Seuss's The Cat in the Hat, several changes were made to the original book to expand the story and provide additional material for a feature-length movie. This time, the Cat in the Hat is portrayed by Mike Myers. The cat is very much the opposite of his book and TV special counterparts, where he was more likable and memorable and was never a legitimate villainous threat. In this movie, he is more of a sadistic threat, which is not heroic. In particular, He mocks Larry, the lazy and unemployed next-door neighbor, for being allergic to him, and he literally stands there and does nothing but smile when Sally and Conrad find the crate open and the former almost gets sucked in. Additionally, he never shows any remorse or regret for all the bad chaos he causes throughout. In the 2003 movie In Search of Dr. Seuss, chronicling the adventures of a news reporter, Kathy Lane, the cat, is voiced by Matt Frewer. When Kathy opens a magical book, she enters the world of Dr. Seuss, and the cat helps unravel the story about him. In the show, the Cat in the Hat knows a lot about that. The cat, voiced by Martin Short, leads neighbors Nick and Sally, and sometimes the fish and Thing 1 and Thing 2, on a variety of adventures in his magical device called Thingamajigger. In the series Robot Chicken, a parody of the Cat in the Hat appears in the episode Butchered in Burbank, where it is revealed that he first taught the kids to responsibly play, but because they didn't pay, he found a more lucrative business. In the series The Simpsons, the Cat in the Hat appears as the parody version, named the Fat in the Hat in the episode Treehouse of Horror Exive. He's a minor antagonist, portrayed by Homer. He promises Bart, Lisa, and Maggie to save their Halloween by getting candy and beer. However, he ends up making a total mess, leaving a pile of bodies in his trail. In the series Mad, the Cat in the Hat, voiced by Seth Green, appears in the episode Life of Rhyme, where he ends up on a boat with a boy named Piscine Molitor. In the sketch comedy series Saturday Night Live, the Cat in the Hat is portrayed by Bill Hader. When Linda's children imagine the Cat in the Hat into existence, it becomes clear that Linda and the cat had a relationship at some point. Linda discloses that the cat fathered one of her children. In the series The Simpsons, a parody version of the Cat in the Hat makes a brief appearance in the beginning of the episode Clown v. Board of Education.